Have you ever found yourself wondering where all your energy has gone? Maybe it's harder to get out of bed in the morning, or you feel like you're not as sharp as you used to be. Perhaps you've noticed that little things, like carrying groceries or walking up a flight of stairs, feel more exhausting than they should. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone. Many people your age experience these changes, but here's the good news. There's something you can do about it. And no, it's not some expensive pill or complicated workout routine. It's something simple, powerful, and often overlooked. Today, we're going to talk about the #1 anti-aging trick that no one seems to talk about. It's something so effective, yet so easy to incorporate into your life that you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. The best part, it's never too late to begin. Whether you're 60, 70, 80 or beyond, this trick can help you feel younger, more energized, and healthier than you have in years. In this video, we'll explore how this simple habit works, why it's so important, and how you can make it a part of your daily routine. By the end, you'll have everything you need to take action and start feeling better right away. Let's dive in by talking about what this trick is and why it matters so much. The secret lies in something we all do every day, but most of us don't do enough of it. I'm talking about movement. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, oh, another person telling me to exercise, let me stop you right there. This isn't about running marathons or spending hours at the gym. It's about moving your body in ways that feel good, boost your energy, and keep you strong. Movement is the key to staying youthful, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, too. Think about it for a moment. When was the last time you moved your body in a way that made you smile? Maybe it was dancing in your living room to your favorite song, taking a leisurely stroll through the park, or playing with your grandkids. Those moments aren't just fun, they're also incredibly good for you. Movement helps improve circulation, which means more oxygen gets delivered to your brain and muscles. It strengthens your bones and joints, reducing the risk of falls and injuries. And it releases those feel-good chemicals called endorphins, which can lift your mood and reduce stress. But here's the thing. Many people stop moving as they get older. Life gets busy, bodies change, and sometimes it feels easier to sit back and relax. While rest is important, too much sitting can actually speed up the aging process. So, how do you start incorporating more movement into your life? Let's talk about the first step. Finding joy in movement. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that exercise has to be boring or painful. They join a gym, force themselves onto a treadmill, and then quit because it feels like a chore. But movement doesn't have to be like that. Instead, focus on activities that bring you happiness. For example, if you love gardening, spend some time outside tending to your plants. Not only will you get fresh air and sunlight, but you'll also be bending, stretching, and using your muscles without even realizing it. Or maybe you enjoy swimming. There's nothing quite like gliding through the water, feeling weightless and free. The point is, choose activities that resonate with you, and you'll naturally want to do them more often. Now let's talk about consistency. It's not about doing a lot all at once. It's about doing a little bit every day. Even small amounts of movement can add up over time. For instance, try standing up and stretching during commercial breaks while watching TV. Or take a short walk after dinner instead of heading straight to the couch. These tiny changes might seem insignificant, but trust me, they make a big difference. Research shows that regular low-intensity movement can improve heart health, increase flexibility, and even enhance cognitive function. Plus, it gives you a sense of accomplishment, which can motivate you to keep going. Another important aspect of movement is listening to your body. As we age, our bodies communicate differently. You might notice stiffness in your joints or aches in places you didn't expect. That's okay, it's part of the process. But instead of ignoring these signals or pushing through the pain, use them as cues to adjust. If walking feels uncomfortable, try swimming or cycling instead. If standing for long periods is tough, break it up with short sits. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every step counts. no matter how small. Now that we've covered the importance of joyful movement and consistency, let's move on to another crucial element: balance. Balance is something we often take for granted when we're younger, but as we age, it becomes increasingly important. Poor balance can lead to falls, which are a leading cause of injury among seniors. But the good news is, balance is like a muscle. It can be strengthened with practice. Simple exercises, like standing on one leg while brushing your teeth or walking heel to toe across the room, can help improve stability and confidence. And guess what? These exercises double as opportunities to move your body, so you're killing two birds with one stone. As we continue exploring the power of movement, we'll look at how it impacts other areas of your life, like sleep and mental clarity. But before we get there, I want you to think about one small way you can add more movement to your day right now. Maybe it's taking a 5-minute walk around the block, doing a few gentle stretches before bed, or simply standing up and reaching for the sky. Whatever it is, commit to trying it today. You deserve to feel your best, and this is the perfect place to start. Now that we've laid the foundation, let's talk about how movement affects your mind and spirit, and why it's truly the ultimate anti-aging secret. Let's take a moment to think about how movement impacts more than just your body. Sure, it strengthens your muscles, improves your balance, and keeps your heart healthy, but its benefits go far beyond the physical. Movement has an incredible way of nurturing your mind and lifting your spirit, and that's where the real magic happens. When you move your body, you're not just keeping it young, you're keeping your brain sharp and your emotions balanced. And at any age, but especially as we grow older, that's something worth prioritizing. Have you ever noticed how a good walk can clear your head? Maybe you've felt that sense of calm after a few minutes of stretching, or the burst of creativity that comes from simply standing up and moving around. There's science behind this. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, which helps improve memory, focus, and problem-solving skills. It also stimulates the production of chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which are often referred to as happy hormones because they boost your mood and reduce feelings of anxiety or sadness. For many seniors, maintaining mental clarity and emotional well-being becomes a top priority, and movement is one of the most natural and effective ways to achieve both. Take, for example, the connection between movement and sleep. As we age, sleep patterns can change, making it harder to fall asleep or stay asleep through the night. But here's the thing: regular movement can help regulate your sleep cycle. When you engage in physical activity, even something as simple as a daily walk, your body responds by promoting deeper, more restorative sleep. This isn't just about feeling less tired during the day. It's about giving your brain the rest it needs to function at its best. Better sleep means better memory, sharper thinking, and even improved mood. It's like hitting the reset button for your mind every night. Now let's talk about how movement can strengthen your social connections. Loneliness and isolation are common concerns for many people as they get older, but staying active can be a powerful antidote. Think about activities that involve other people, like joining a walking group, taking a dance class, or volunteering at a community garden. These aren't just opportunities to move your body, they're chances to connect with others, share experiences, and build friendships. Social interaction is incredibly important for mental health, and when you combine it with movement, you're doubling the benefits. You're not just staying physically fit, you're nurturing your emotional well-being too. But what if you're someone who prefers solitude? That's perfectly okay. Movement can still be a source of joy and fulfillment, even if you do it alone. Imagine starting your day with a quiet yoga session, or ending it with a peaceful stroll under the stars. These moments of intentional movement give you time to reflect, recharge, and appreciate the world around you. They remind you that life is meant to be lived, not just observed from the sidelines. And when you make movement a regular part of your routine, you'll find that it brings a sense of purpose and accomplishment that stays with you long after the activity is over. Let's take a moment to think about how movement impacts more than just your body. Sure, it strengthens your muscles, improves your balance, and keeps your heart healthy, but its benefits go far beyond the physical. Movement has an incredible way of nurturing your mind and lifting your spirit, and that's where the real magic happens. When you move your body, you're not just keeping it young, you're keeping your brain sharp and your emotions balanced. And at any age, but especially as we grow older, that's something worth prioritizing. Have you ever noticed how a good walk can clear your head? Maybe you've felt that sense of calm after a few minutes of stretching, or the burst of creativity that comes from simply standing up and moving around. There's science behind this. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, which helps improve memory, focus, and problem-solving skills. It also stimulates the production of chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which are often referred to as happy hormones because they boost your mood and reduce feelings of anxiety or sadness. For many seniors, maintaining mental clarity and emotional well-being becomes a top priority, and movement is one of the most natural and effective ways to achieve both. Take, for example, the connection between movement and sleep. As we age, sleep patterns can change, making it harder to fall asleep or stay asleep through the night. But here's the thing. Regular movement can help regulate your sleep cycle. When you engage in physical activity, even something as simple as a daily walk, your body responds by promoting deeper, more restorative sleep. This isn't just about feeling less tired during the day. It's about giving your brain the rest it needs to function at its best. Better sleep means better memory, sharper thinking, and even improved mood. It's like hitting the reset button for your mind every night. Now let's talk about how movement can strengthen your social connections. Loneliness and isolation are common concerns for many people as they get older, but staying active can be a powerful antidote. Think about activities that involve other people, like joining a walking group, taking a dance class, or volunteering at a community garden. These aren't just opportunities to move your body, they're chances to connect with others, share experiences, and build friendships. Social interaction is incredibly important for mental health, and when you combine it with movement, you're doubling the benefits. You're not just staying physically fit, you're nurturing your emotional well-being too. But what if you're someone who prefers solitude? That's perfectly okay. Movement can still be a source of joy and fulfillment, even if you do it alone. Imagine starting your day with a quiet yoga session, or ending it with a peaceful stroll under the stars. These moments of intentional movement give you time to reflect, recharge, and appreciate the world around you. They remind you that life is meant to be lived, not just observed from the sidelines. And when you make movement a regular part of your routine, you'll find that it brings a sense of purpose and accomplishment that stays with you long after the activity is over. Of course, there will be days when moving feels harder than others. Maybe you're dealing with aches and pains, or perhaps you're just not in the mood. On those days, it's important to remember that progress doesn't have to mean perfection. Even small efforts count. If you can't manage a full workout, try doing a few stretches while sitting in your chair. If you're not up for a long walk, take a few laps around your living room. The key is to stay consistent, even when it feels challenging. Over time, these small actions add up, and you'll start to notice improvements not just in your physical health, but in your mental and emotional resilience as well. Another aspect of movement that often gets overlooked is its ability to spark creativity. Have you ever had a breakthrough idea while taking a walk or doing something physical? There's a reason for that. Movement helps break the monotony of sitting and staring at screens or walls. It gives your brain a chance to wander, explore, and make new connections. For seniors, this can be particularly valuable. Whether you're working on a hobby, solving a puzzle, or simply reflecting on life, movement can help unlock fresh perspectives and ideas. It's like giving your mind a playground to explore, and the results can be surprisingly rewarding. As we continue to explore the power of movement, let's touch on one more important point: how it helps combat stress. Stress is something we all experience, regardless of age. But chronic stress can take a toll on both your body and mind. Movement is a natural stress reliever. When you move, even in small ways, you activate your body's relaxation response, which counteracts the effects of stress hormones like cortisol. This can lead to lower blood pressure, reduced tension, and a greater sense of calm. Plus, engaging in physical activity gives you a healthy outlet for releasing pent-up energy or frustration. Instead of letting stress weigh you down, you're channeling it into something positive. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed. Did you notice how stepping away from the situation, even briefly, to stretch or take a few deep breaths helped? That's the power of movement at work. It doesn't require hours of effort or fancy equipment. Sometimes just a few mindful movements can shift your mindset and help you approach challenges with renewed clarity and confidence. Now that we've talked about how movement supports your mind, spirit, and overall well-being, let's turn our attention to how you can make it a sustainable part of your life. Because the truth is, the best anti-aging trick in the world won't work unless you stick with it. Consistency is key, and the good news is that building a lasting habit doesn't have to feel overwhelming. In fact, it can be easier and more enjoyable than you might think. Let's dive into some practical strategies for making movement a natural and fulfilling part of your daily routine. First, start by setting realistic goals. Instead of aiming to run 5 miles or hit the gym every day, focus on small, achievable actions. Maybe your goal is to walk for 10 minutes each morning or do 5 minutes of stretching before bed. Whatever it is, make sure it's something you can commit to without feeling pressured. Once you've established the habit, you can gradually increase the duration or intensity. Remember, the goal isn't to push yourself to the limit. It's to create a routine that feels good and fits seamlessly into your life. Next, experiment with different types of movement until you find what works for you. Some people love the rhythm of dancing, while others prefer the tranquility of Tai Chi. There's no right or wrong answer. What matters is that you enjoy it. If you're unsure where to start, try sampling a variety of activities. Take a beginner's yoga class, explore a local hiking trail, or even follow along with a free online workout video. The more you experiment, the more likely you are to discover something that resonates with you. Finally, surround yourself with support. Whether it's a friend who shares your interest in walking, a family member who encourages you to stay active, or an online community of like-minded individuals, having people in your corner can make a big difference. Accountability and encouragement go a long way in helping you stay motivated, especially on days when you're tempted to skip your routine. With these strategies in mind, you're well on your way to embracing movement as a lifelong habit. But there's one more piece of the puzzle that ties everything together, and that's mindset. How you think about movement can shape how you experience it, and in the next part, we'll explore how shifting your perspective can transform the way you feel about staying active. Stay with me, because this is where things really start to click. Let's talk about mindset, because how you think about movement can make all the difference. If you approach it as a chore or something you have to do, it's easy to lose motivation. But when you shift your perspective and see movement as a gift, a way to honor your body, nurture your mind, and celebrate your life, it becomes something you look forward to. This isn't about perfection or forcing yourself into routines that feel like punishment. It's about embracing movement as an opportunity to thrive, no matter your age or current fitness level. Think about it this way. Every time you move your body, you're sending a message to yourself that you matter. You're saying, I'm worth taking care of. That mindset alone can be incredibly empowering. It transforms movement from a task on your to-do list into an act of self-love. And when you view it through that lens, it stops feeling like work and starts feeling like a celebration of what your body can still do. Maybe you can't run as fast as you used to, but you can still enjoy a brisk walk in the sunshine. Maybe you can't lift heavy weights, but you can still carry your groceries with pride. Every little victory counts, and each one reminds you that you're capable and strong. One of the most beautiful things about adopting this mindset is that it helps you focus on progress, not perfection. So often we get caught up comparing ourselves to others or dwelling on what we used to be able to do. But here's the truth. Your journey is uniquely yours, and it's never too late to start fresh. Whether you're picking up an old hobby, like dancing, or trying something completely new like swimming, the fact that you're moving forward is what matters most. Celebrate the small wins, the first step, the extra minute, the deeper stretch, because they're proof that you're growing, learning, and living fully. Now, let's talk about sustainability. For movement to truly become a lifelong habit, it needs to fit naturally into your lifestyle. That means finding ways to integrate it into your daily routine without making it feel like a burden. For example, if you love spending time with your grandchildren, consider activities that involve movement like playing tag, tossing a ball, or going for a family walk. Not only will you be staying active, but you'll also be creating cherished memories together. Or if you enjoy cooking, try standing up and stretching while waiting for water to boil or pacing around the kitchen as you prep ingredients. These small adjustments keep you moving without requiring extra time or effort. Another key to sustainability is being kind to yourself. There will be days when you don't feel like moving, and that's okay. Life happens, and sometimes rest is exactly what your body needs. The important thing is to avoid letting one missed day turn into a week, or worse, a habit of inactivity. Instead, gently remind yourself that tomorrow is a new opportunity to start again. One of my favorite sayings is, "Progress is progress, no matter how slow." Even if you only manage a few minutes of movement, give yourself credit for showing up. Over time, those minutes add up, and you'll be amazed at how much stronger, happier, and healthier you feel. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts. First, remember that aging doesn't mean giving up on feeling good. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Now more than ever, you have the wisdom and experience to prioritize what truly matters. And taking care of your body and mind should be at the top of that list. Movement is one of the simplest, most effective tools you have to stay vibrant and engaged with life. It's not about turning back the clock. It's about making the most of the years ahead. Second, don't underestimate the power of community. Sharing your journey with others can make it infinitely more enjoyable and rewarding. Whether it's joining a local walking group, participating in online fitness challenges, or simply chatting with friends about your progress, having people who support and encourage you can make all the difference. And don't forget, you can inspire others too. When you share your story or invite someone to join you for a walk, you're spreading positivity and motivation that can ripple outward. Finally, I want to remind you that you're capable of so much more than you might realize. Your body has carried you through decades of life, and it's still ready to help you thrive. By embracing movement as a cornerstone of your daily routine, you're not just investing in your physical health, you're nurturing your spirit, sharpening your mind, and reclaiming your vitality. No matter where you are in your journey, it is never too late to take that first step. Before we close, I'd love to hear from you. What's one way you plan to incorporate more movement into your life? Or maybe you've already started. What changes have you noticed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to cheer you on and learn from your experiences. And if you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. We're here to support you every step of the way with practical tips and encouragement to help you live your best life. Here's to embracing movement, celebrating your strength, and living fully at any age. Thank you for joining me today, and remember, you're worth every step you take toward feeling younger, stronger, and happier. Until next time, take care and keep shining.